only up to where you needed to qualify. Beyond that, don't do a
I'm just
2
getting
on
mine. I can
temporary
do mine verbally. You just get set up for yours.
Okay. Then 5 for the next 2 years. So
That's just like on the computer.
No, it's automatically turns it off.
And again, that depends, because when you do temporary buy downs, you still have to qualify as a note rate.
Yeah, well, I said,
So again, it depends on the client and what their requirement, what their need is in order to purchase the property.
What's the temporary buy, what's the permanent buy down rate?
A permanent buy down just means
No,
that
I know what it means, how much is it, what is it?
it depends.
Okay.
Because every day rates change, so every day that cost for the buy down changes.
So we want to thank Renee for doing our lender update. And we they are very knowledgeable, so people on Zoom. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get my sponsorships, so this is for 2 reasons. I want other people who want to sponsor, you want to be a sponsor next month? We only have 4 meetings left this year. We don't have meetings in December. If you want to sponsor, you can apply the crisis and, but the meeting's gonna be free for the remainder of the year. So you come, learn, really get a lot of valuable information. Our Madam President is a Canva marketing master, so you guys are.
Thank you.
So.
I'll talk about that.
But I'm talking about Mesa Property Management, you know, I'm the owner of Mesa Property Management, I have the website on the screen. I have some available properties in the back, you have, tenants, don't give me any bad tenants. I'm saying, hey, I'm getting the bad tenants, can I bring money to places? Yeah, sure. No, so no, don't give me any bad tenants, but, of course, I, represent buyers and sellers, but I also manage a lot of property, Oakland, Berkeley, San Leandro, Hayward. So, we do a lot, so we have a website, we have a tenant portal, owners portal. I'm getting a lot of new business because this is a tough place to do business. In fact, we just had an eviction, and the judge told us that, couldn't believe this, knocked my socks off. She said that it went to a jury trial, you should never have to deal with her. He said that people in Southern California when they have a jury trial, they're requesting their case come down to the county. Because they're so lenient on tenants. So that's the climate that we're in, really, but it's still a great place to do business, you gotta put your big girl skirt or pants on and big boy pants on to do business, but if you do, you can make money, you can, but you gotta be ready. But property management's a great business, it allows owners to be able to get money regularly on their property. We do something in our, I do some of my secrets to Ria, but in the military, we have something called preventive maintenance checks and services. And what that means is, you gotta check out all your, you gotta check out all your equipment regularly before you go out. You don't wanna get out and it doesn't work. If you check things before. So one of the things I do to stop talking to property management, I do a every 6 month check on the property. Because there's a peculiar situation with tenants. Owners want money, tenants want a place to stay. They really don't want to see each other.
Not at all.
So I've had tenants who had water coming from the roof, and they had a bucket in the living room, didn't say anything to the owner. So that's tearing up the property. Water tears up the property. But they don't really care. And the owner was getting the money, so it just kind of keeps going. But if you get into the property and you check it out regularly, let the tenants know you're coming, then they know this is a different type of situation. So that's just something you do. You need property management, if you're looking to find a place to rent for your tenants or yourself or families, don't send me bad people because I will underwrite you. I'll tell you no, but if you have a good person, then send them to us. That's my minute. So go ahead, Fresh.
What are you seeing in income property values right now? I've got a situation where a property underappraised by $1 million. It's multiple units, a lot of units. And the seller can't believe it. Telling her that there's an abundance of property for rent right now.
Right.
And there's new property coming on the market, all new as in brand new construction coming on the market all the time, and that rents are down as well. Are you seeing income property values down, and are you seeing rents down as well?
I'm saying one of the biggest things when you said what's going on, insurance.
Yes.
Insurance is killing a lot of owners.
Yes,
They're getting dropped, so that's affecting the marketability of property. Like, I have a 4-unit building right now. Nice. 174 apartments. So, it's not, the insurance was dropped after a lawsuit. Frivolous lawsuit, insurance company paid out, and after they paid out, sayonara, you're done. So that's the biggest thing. But then I'm in contract on a triplex on, 1812 15th Avenue. So, it varies, depends on, it's a great property, every unit sits on its own bottom, so it's unique. So it depends on the property, but there still are people hunting for good real estate. So, the last thing I wanna say is, Renee started off with interest rates are up, but I say this to buy people, I say this to everybody. What's the best time to buy?
When you're
When
Right now.
you can.
What was the better time to buy? Yesterday. So the rates go up, it's gonna be harder about it. The rates go down, be fine, no excuse. So let's not give ourselves excuses, go out and get to work, sell property. So,
That
as long-
competition will be bad.
That's right,
We'll have the competition.
time for terrible. So with that,
Could you let admit, because it's on your computer?
well, I thought Ria could admit.
No.
Yeah, I was admitting, yeah, but
So,
if you can,
I'll do it now.
you can do it.
Ria, it's on. So I'm gonna.
Okay.
I said a little bit, Ria Cotton, very talented, former Women's Council president, current state president, marketing genius, I first met Ria in this room. Maybe, Ria, 15 years ago when you worked, with.
Probably.
When
World-
the lender? You
Yeah,
were-
I was with World Savings initially.
So Renee, we've been, I built, and the last thing I want to say is.
I think we were across the street from Children's Hospital back then.
That's right. So we grew up together. So, but she's the state president, she's gonna be presenting on Canva. And, without further ado, the floor is yours.
Yes, thank you. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our marketing meeting. Like Eric said, my name is Ria Cotton-Landry, and I am, make sure I get some feedback of somebody here. Let's see, let me mute. Anybody that is on Zoom, if you could please mute, that would be great. I am your current state president of the California Association of Real Estate Brokers, and happy to be here. So basically, thank you, Eric, for calling me the marketing guru. I love marketing. And so basically what I'm sharing, I'm not a Canva certified expert or anything of that nature, but I'm going to share with you some top things that we should be considering in our real estate profession when it comes to marketing, and share some things that I do for my business. So I am the broker owner of Cotton Realty, and I have agents that work throughout the counties. And so what I focus on in my brokerage is really marketing for different communities of which they serve, because they're all in various different counties. So all the message tends to be different. So when you think of the messaging tending to be different, also when you're thinking about social media, the message needs to be also different, and the look and feel needs to be different if you're on LinkedIn versus Instagram versus Facebook, right? So when you're on LinkedIn, it's more business professional. Facebook, family, friends, sphere. Instagram, it's more marketing and advertising to not only your sphere, but then outside influences, because there's a lot of people that will find you based on key tag words, and TikTok. So we're going to jump right into the presentation, and then I'm going to have to go back and forth between screens. I wanted this to be kind of interactive, where everybody had their laptops out and worked on projects, but that's going to take way too long. So, so we're going to keep it on an overview basis. So I just want to make sure if in the chat, the folks can see my Canva presentation in the chat. And then if you can tell me if you can see me toggling back and forth between videos, that means that way I know I'm on the right screen. Okay, yes, thank you. Okay, so before we get started, I want to get a pulse of the room and see what are some of your expectations or some things you want to get out of this Canva presentation. So if you're on Zoom, go ahead, add into the chat some things you want to get out of this presentation. And in the meantime, we will take some from the floor. Can we get some? What do you want to get out of today's presentation, or what do you want to learn about Canva? Yes, Eric.
I pay usually like, if I'm making a postcard or if I'll send it to someone else, hey, this is what I want. And then they come up with the mock-up and then I say, okay, great, change this, change that. Well, do you not do that? And you just do all that yourself with Canva?
Okay. So you want to see options of templates maybe instead of you starting from scratch.
Right.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Anybody else? What are you looking to get out of today's session? Who uses Canva?
I do all the time.
But I would like the designs because PowerPoint designs are different. And when you put the different pieces together, like a big picture, it's a little trickier. I don't know.
Right. Okay, so we have some people from the, I missed the hand raise. I think, who had their hand raised? You can go ahead and speak from Zoom.
Oh, I was just saying that I use Canva myself. I've just started really using it for everything, for proposals, for using it for brochures, and just really throwing myself into it. I've been having a lot of fun with it myself.
Okay, great, great. And then is there anybody, so somebody on here said creating marketing slides and presentations, they want to get that. Another one, somebody else says how to best market my real estate coaching business. And Sylvia says she uses it a lot. Great. Okay, so let's get into it. So on today's session is the top 20 uses for Canva in real estate. The first one is the basic, we all need property flyers. So right now, who does property flyers? Everybody in real estate should and in lending. And who is doing it for you? What source are you using currently for your property listing flyers?
My photographer does the photos and then creates the flyer based on.
Okay, okay, so you have photography services that already have their own templates for flyers that they provide as a service. That's true. Don?
I have an actual marketing company that has photograph the flyers, and then I hire a separate guy to just promote my social media class. If you guys see how that way I can just focus on my own personal Facebook.
Mhm.
Instagram, so.
Okay, cool. Yeah, ditto. So in the past, I've used Nextdoor or Tour Factory. They actually go out, do the photography, the website for you, and the flyers. So sometimes you may want your flyers to look a little different. So one thing that Canva does, it can do different animations. So we'll look at some property flyers, and then I have a little bit of everything on here in Canva just as a disclaimer. So my marketing assistant uses this she's in medical school. She uses this for her projects. CAREB uses my account. I use my account. So you're going to see my kids. So you're going to see a little bit of everything. Let me just put that disclaimer out there.
Camera free.
So I use the pro version. And I think the pro version is like a couple hundred. So there is a free version, but it's very limited.
So anybody you hire probably has that version, the pro version.
For the paid version,
Yeah.
Mhm.
throw it in one, the paid version.
Yes, I think it's two something a year that I pay, because I add on. So I have users. So every time you add on users, you have an extra charge. So like if I added on CAREB so that the virtual assistant could use my account, that's an add-on. So
What's the like I pay and I get PowerPoint with GoDaddy, I have this Office 365.
Mhm.
So it's similar because you pay for GoDaddy suite. So is this coming a suite like that? You know.
Well, that's more web-based, so we're gonna stay high level with this, but I'll definitely go back to the pricing for you guys. Sorry, so if I do a search for property flyer, okay, I don't know where I want to start as far as my creative geniusness of what I want to do, right? So when you type in property flyer, you have a ton of templates, okay? So these are all the templates that you can use. One thing that's important to think about when you're starting with Canva is your brand, okay? So what are your branding colors? As you can see on these different flyer variations, there's various different colors that you can use. However, there is a way to actually change the colors on the flyer that you select based on your brand. Okay, so I'm going to select one of these flyers. It looks like this one has multiple properties, right? So I'm going to select this one. So let's just say that I want to do a flyer and I have multiple properties, or maybe I'm like Eric, I'm in property management. I want to list multiple properties that I have for lease, not just one, to the masses. So I'm going to use a template that gives me multiple options. So then you go to customize template. So for me, in my company, my color scheme is red and black. So this flyer doesn't necessarily flow with the color scheme of my social media, my company, my website. So I'm going to click on this dark brown right here, which is the color scheme for that. And then I'm going to go into the top left and go to color. And so you see right here, it has different branding kits. So basically through your color schemes, and as you add color schemes, they give you palettes of what you use normally. So for instance, down here, you see blue and gold. That's because I use blue and gold palette for CAREB. That's our colors. Branding kit for Cotton Realty is red, black, and white. I think the pink is reading off of some of the stuff that my assistant is working off of, but I want to go red, right? So I changed this bottom part to red, and now am I gonna click through every single brown and change it to red? No. So I'm gonna go down here to this button that says change all. And so then it changes all of the brown to red. Okay, now with this other color, this off gray, that's not within my scheme. I'm more white or black. So I'm going to click on here. I'm going to go white, or I'm going to go black. Okay. Now with the property listings. So with the property listings, it's good to have the websites that do various different flyers for you, but I like to add some stuff to mine. So I may upload a video. So right here on the left-hand side, you have your design tab, elements, which we'll talk about, text, brand, and uploads. And I'll actually, let's go to, I don't want to do element, right? Let me start with uploads and I'll go to the rest. So upload. So let's just say I can upload a video. Let's say your photographer did a video, right? So for us, for Cotton Realty, we do video post. So I'm just going to drag in one of our old video posts over here. And it goes directly into the picture that was already there because it's called elements. So there are elements that make up the listing boxes. So all of the pictures are considered elements. And if you drag and drop a picture into one of those elements, it'll replace it. Now, if you don't drag and drop it into an element, it's just going to sit on your flyer and it's not going to go into its proper place. You have to actually drag it. So that's what I just did. I dragged it into the element. Okay. And so if I download this and then upload it to my Facebook, LinkedIn, so have you, then it'll play the video and not just be a stagnant flyer. And it gets more interactive for you, for your viewers, because, you know, we have short attention span these days. Everything is moving fast. We want things that move and click. Okay. Now, if I had my flyers connected to, sorry, I'm trying to move this Zoom stuff off the way. I can also connect this to my social media. So instead of downloading it, like I mentioned, I can go down to more. And as you can see, you can share this directly to Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, LinkedIn, Pinterest, Facebook stories, or I can schedule it for it to come out on Friday. Okay, and then I can say Friday at 6 a.m. So you can spend one full day instead of every day planning out your social media activities for the month. Set it and forget it. I mean, you could really do the whole year if you wanted to, but you would add, of course, for your listings. But if you wanted to just do your basic social media, interaction as far as with just in content, you could plan it out that way without downloading. Okay, so in considering time, we're gonna kind of move a little fast here. So that's proper. Okay, I got a lot of slides. Okay, next is social media posts. So similar to the flyer, you have the social media post. One thing to keep in consideration when you're making a post is if you go File, Create New Design, right here on Create New Design, you see that they already give you options. So it says Facebook post versus Facebook cover, Instagram post versus Instagram story. So if you're posting to Instagram, this is really important because if you
Charles?
don't post correctly, you can't see all
I
of
just
your
sent you a
media.
new link.
If you can mute yourself, Miss Eloise.
They just forwarded a
thank
new
you.
link.
Okay, Eloise, can you mute, please?
Yeah, I just see it now.
Oh, there she, okay, oh, wait. Okay, there, yeah. Okay, so the options here is post or story. So let's say we're doing an Instagram post or story. What is the difference? Well, an Instagram post is shaped like a square. An Instagram story is shaped like a rectangle. So if you take an Instagram post and not put it in the proper space, it cuts it off on the edges. So, and that's really what happens with Facebook. So if you do a Facebook post, you also want to do an Instagram post because it usually is the Facebook post that messes up your Instagram.
Say that Instagram post is where.
It says it for you. So Instagram post, new design, it'll say it right here when you go File, New. It says it for you. So are you doing a Facebook post? Are you doing a Facebook cover? So the landscape that goes behind your picture. Are you doing an Instagram post? Are you creating a logo? Are you doing a presentation? How about an email newsletter? So it's formatting the basic structure for you based on your type of social media, okay?
And a reel, like when you do a reel, it stays and everyone posts it disappears in 24 hours.
Yeah, so you're talking about stories. So on Instagram, if you do a story, it rolls through your stories for like 24 hours versus if you do a reel, then it stays on your page. However, what you can do sometimes, let's say in the stories, you're posting a closing, like for sold. You can actually take your story and make it a highlight. And so on Instagram, there's a highlight area. So if you want to save your story so it can show longer time, you make it a highlight and it'll stay on your page in the highlights. So now let's say we're doing an Instagram post. We click on Instagram posts. And now we have our square for the Instagram post. Let's say we have a theme for what do you guys want to talk about as far in this post?
Talk about the new buyer presentation.
Right, okay. So we want to attract buyers in this post, right?
Love it. Marry date the rate.
Marry the price.
Marry the price.
Date the rate, marry the house. Okay, so let's just say we are targeting home buyers and you don't want to create content. Well, I just put in buyer in the search. here goes some templates. I'm gonna select one. It says home buyer tips. It has some tips for me, already set out. Again, if I wanted to change the color of the background to make it more on my, as my business, I can change the color of the background, change the color of the font, change all. And now it's focused more on my branding versus the previous flyer, okay? So then with the post, again, you can download it and upload it to your various different social medias, or you can schedule it directly from the Canva. However, each social media platform on this schedule has to be scheduled separately. So you can't just schedule it and say Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook. You have to do them one at a time. Okay, next we have open house invitations. So similar to the flyers, we're gonna do an open house invitation. I'm gonna see if I can find one of mine for you with.
Oh, it handily says open house invitation in the market.
Let's see here, I'm gonna show you video. Okay, so although we have services with our websites that create these flyers for us, again, you can do an open house flyer. It gives you templates. One thing that I like about the open house flyers is I can add a video. So if I want to tell everybody that I was just on HGTV, I can put it in this little element right here. And boom, my video is playing inside the flyer. So what I usually like to do in this video is do an information about the area. So if you're farming in a particular area, what I like to do is create a video about the area every time I have a listing, especially if it's out of the area, or I'll put it on my YouTube. So my YouTube page, I have Navigating the Bay, and I talk about different areas. If I land a listing in that area, boom, I could take my YouTube video, link it to here, and now it's playing and telling you all about South Berkeley with my Berkeley listing. So that's why I like these. That's why I like Canva versus my property photographer that can do all this for me, is because I can basically make myself stand out from the competition, right? And that's what we want to do. We want to have people engaged. Now, what we also can do is AI. So it takes a little long to load, but I'm just going to show you right here. If you don't like being on camera, on set, then hey, there's somebody that can do it for you. So they have these avatars that can speak for you. You can put in what you want them to write. It's under apps. So on the side toolbar, you go to apps and then you go to AI presenters. There's a few different apps that present in AI.
Welcome, friend. I am from Berkeley.
So basically you can create an avatar, you can type in what you want them to say, and then they can say it for you. And this is premium. You should be able with one of them to use your own voice. I don't know about this one. I'm actually don't use this one because I'm actually creating an avatar that has my own face and my own voice. And then basically that's a whole nother system, but basically you can create an avatar that's actually your person, your voice, and then you don't even have to talk anymore. You just type in what you want to say. It has your picture and your voice through AI. Actually, they have that one on here. It's called Synthesia. Let me see if it's on here.
Those that don't know, Ria has her virtual office. And literally virtual office, she can schedule meetings with clients.
Yeah, so I'm actually doing that presentation for LA on the 10th, I believe, and it's gonna be on Zoom, but I'm a virtual office. I do also create in the metaverse. So my office is also in the metaverse. And that's a whole nother story. Catch us on the 10th. But this is the wave of the future. This is what, when you think about creating and marketing for the next generation, you have to keep up with technology. A lot of these younger generations are in what's called Roblox. If you have not researched it, research it. They build houses, they shop, they meet with their friends. They're doing everything in the metaverse right now. If they're like tweens between like 10, I would say 13 and under right now, they're doing everything in the metaverse. Ask a little kid if you want a Roblox card for a gift card for, and they're spending money. So they're buying clothes in the metaverse. So they're spending our money to buy clothes for their avatar. Okay.
Wait, wow.
Yes, yes. That's a whole nother workshop. Let's move on. It's amazing though. Okay. Huh?
You gotta address that.
You gotta dress the avatar. And if you want designer clothes, that avatar is gonna cost you. So again, with the concept of virtual tour, graphics, so we can actually do virtual tours in here. So again, the key is the elements. So I'm gonna bring up just in my presentation, what the elements look like. So if I go to elements and I go to frames, I love the frames because it just gives you a different look and feel. So remember how I said anything you can drag in? So if I click this computer as a frame, I can put anything I want. If you want to put your logo, if you want to put a video of you talking, all of that can be put into frames, okay? So they have floral frames. So all of these can enhance your tour and graphics. Okay, email marketing. So who does email marketing, and can you tell me, if you do email marketing, what do you use for email marketing? Constant Contact. Who do you use?
It's certified.
But email newsletters like content.
Happy birthday, Ria.
No, I meant like market trends, new listings. So let me hear from the Zoom participants. What do you use for your email marketing campaigns? What tools do you guys use?
MailChimp.
MailChimp? Okay, great. So all of those have their own templates. But again, if you want to be more specific with your content, then you may want to use Canva and then export the Canva into your MailChimp or your Constant Contact. So just like all the others, you can have newsletter templates. Okay, here we go. So there is a host of real estate related newsletter templates that you can use. Sometimes I just get overwhelmed. Canva has so much to offer. I didn't even know where to start as far as telling you guys or sharing with you guys as far as where to go with Canva, but the newsletters are super cool. One thing that I like about the newsletters is you can also, similar to the newsletter, you can create, and I think I have this later in the presentation, but you can create buyer guides. So you can do market reports, but let's just say you want to take it a step further. So I'm going to go to CAREB's sponsorship package. Okay. So I have CAREB sponsorship package here. I used a template. I created information. You can drag and drop, But then I want to take it a step further. I don't want it to just be a PDF. I want to create a flip book. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, after I create my information, my home buyer guide, my seller guide, I'm going to go over here to more. And then I'm going to go to Hyzine flip books. And it automatically, for some reason, goes to 10. This is 21 pages. So I selected this and selected all pages. Then I'm gonna push done, save. Now it's creating my flip book.
Sorry, what is a flip book?
A flip book is a digital magazine or a digital book.
You go from one page to the next, you could put one page and then it actually flips it, like it looks like it's flipping it.
We're about to see it right now. We're gonna see. Sure, it's loading right now, but I just went into the share. So we go back over here, it was the share screen, and now I'm in Flipbooks. So now basically I can embed this into my website. I can send it as a link to a client. I can copy and paste it in the email. So if I copy and paste this in the email, they'll see the front of the book as the body of the email. And then when they click on the book, they can click through pages. One thing that I like to do is add video. So I'm gonna go to one of our videos.
Oh, that's really fun. I like that.
Yeah, and check out the CAREB magazines on careb.org. Oh, actually, let me see. This one doesn't have a video. Let me show you one with a video. Okay, so if we go this magazine. You can add links into this magazine. So this happens after you make the magazine. So after you make your book or your home buyer's guide or something in lending, let's say you want to say on this, instead of follow, get pre-approved now. You can create a link in the Hyzine after you've completed the Canva portion. So if you mess up on your links and you have to go back to Canva to change something, you got to start all over with your links. So make sure that your Canva booklet is complete before you start with your links. But let's say you want to say, this wants to say, get a pre-approved now, and you can actually link that to your preferred lender and it goes straight to them. I'll show you guys the videos, but.
So that's like, you can just keep an ongoing.
Oh, here goes one. Here it goes, right here. So I linked a YouTube video within the magazine.
All right, hey, CAREB members.
So this is one of our board members, and we do a segment in our magazine called What's
And I'm
Good.
here with Zarita Thompson. She's been a Realtist for 32 years, served as president 6 times. She
Oh, okay.
I couldn't get in.
She's only going.
Okay, I let them in. And then at the back of all the CAREB videos, I like to put the history of NARAD. So all the last pages will always have the history of NARAD.
Everything. It's just so much going on. And
So you can play it on click. You can click, or you can play it with the page turn. So
At the same time, simultaneously after being happening. You can read and have the video.
correct. It's just like we saw it. So you can read and have the video playing, long as you lay out the format accordingly. And so again, with the buyer's agency and what we provide to buyers, I know that we're redoing our buyer handbook for my company right now to get provide more information on the home buying process. So we're going to do a deeper dive from the beginning. And so I'm like I said before, I'm very visual, and then you have auditory learners, so you can, add videos and make it more interactive when you're educating the folks. So there's a lot of different things. You guys make programs. So ARPB already has programs that are electronic. A lot of people are doing digital programs. This is how they're making their digital programs. So you don't have to pay hundreds of dollars to get that done. You can do it right here with your virtual assistant, which is really key. Key is to having a virtual assistant because you want to make your time, make the most use of your time. So if you have to do it yourself, then that's great. But a virtual assistant is the way to go with this. Business cards. So you can even create business cards on here. You can also use your business cards as signatures if you wanted to. So I'm gonna go back to here. Business cards. On my business cards. Sorry, this Zoom keeps getting in my way. So here's various different styles of business cards. What I do here is create them and then I upload them to Vistaprint and just print them out. But there's various different styles of business cards that you can use. You can download them and put them in your signature. You see here, I have one for CAREB. I love to put QR codes. So
Could you show us how you do that?
I sure will. So who knows how to create a QR code?
Just my phone.
Okay, okay, good. So this is new information for most. Perfect. So we're gonna go to apps. And then we're gonna put in QR code. And right here at the top is the free QR code. You can get real fancy and put your picture in it and all that kind of stuff, but this is the basic one. So if I put .com, generate code, bam, there's my QR code. I add it to my document, add it to my flyer, add it to my property listing, whatever you want, wherever you want it to direct it to, there you have your QR code. Eric?
Okay, so, yeah, the only one I know that was Harry showed me my phone. But I have a QR code to my name,
Mhm.
my contact information. But is this the only way that we can create a QR? How do like people without Canva create a QR code?
Yeah, you can do it online. It's like create QR code. There's various different ways you can just search and create one
This allows you.
within Canva, while you're creating. And just a little tip for those, if you have trouble scanning a QR code, if you're out and about, you're talking to somebody and the phone isn't working right, the QR code isn't popping up, just take a picture of it and save it to your phone. Then when you go back to your phone later, you can actually push on the QR code and it'll still bring that website up. Okay, so I hate to see people struggling with the QR code and it's not popping up. Just take a picture, save it for later, touch it. The Safari will open with your website that it's linked to.
Okay, so that is the case. I'm opening it up, I'm looking to register for this, the QR code is there, but on my phone. There is a way to register on your phone when I'm looking at it.
Yeah, so if you're on your phone, you can screenshot it, save it to your phone, click on it later, and it'll pull it up.
But I mean, how come I can't do it right now?
You can do it now too.
It does work.
Yeah, either one. But you know, I see a lot of people struggling with it in the streets, so I have to throw that in.
Yes, we are.
It started working and then it just stopped.
Yeah, so brochures. Love brochures. If you're local, Copy World Berkeley has great rates on brochures. But you can also, just like you saw with the magazine, you can create brochures, you can change the size. So in my right little young age, my vision is starting to mess with me. So I don't like the smaller brochures anymore. I go big. I go 11 by 17 on my brochures. So if you are creating, sorry, the internet is going a little slow.
These are digital brochures we're talking about.
They can be digital brochures or you can print them. So you can design them yourself. So I created the Women's Council brochure. So let's just say that you don't want to pay for somebody to design your brochures. You can go in here and select a layout. So we did this for Women's Council. And then you can set was there a question? You can set, it already has the square, so when you create a template, it already creates the spacing and the sizing for you, so that you don't have to worry about the sizing. And then if you needed to resize it, you can go over here, it says resize magic switch, and you can resize it if you needed to.
Wait, so
Yes.
we can create our, so for the gala, we
Mm-hmm,
can go on Canva and create the program
mm-hmm.
for the gala. Now, I wanted your comment that you said we can do it, the digital program. How's that working with older people?
Yes, now.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the digital program because as a sponsor of events, I want something tangible that people can keep for long term. So the only time I like digital is if you're gonna keep it on your site. So for instance, if you go to careb.org and you go to our website, you click on magazines, then, okay, our sponsors can see that, oh, okay, there's gonna be a history of me and my sponsorship for years to come because they have an archive of all of their magazines. So then I'm more likely to sponsor in this magazine, because if someone comes to an event, they don't feel like doing the QR code and they have nothing tangible to take home with them, the sponsors may say, am I gonna support this again? I mean, people couldn't really see my information, but you could say, you could have an archive of ARPB galas on your website. And then that is something that's housed long-term. So 5 years from now, I can go back and see, oh, let me see what was happening in 2024 with ARPB. Oh, okay, Ria was a real estate broker. You know, that could be something that is more valuable when you're looking for sponsorship. Sure, thank you. Okay, how do I share a project directly from Canva without downloading or sending a link? Are you drag and dropping into emails? So are you talking, Asia, are you talking about the digital magazine? Because the digital magazine, they have embedded options for you. So you can actually, when it goes to share, see, it
The
says,
digital magazine and the Canva projects.
oh,
I
okay.
always get the link. I don't know why. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I have to download the whole project and then post it.
Okay. So like a report?
I'm downloading it as like a PDF or a JPEG or whatever, and then I'm posting it. But I see like you're dragging and dropping everything.
Yeah, so basically over here, when it goes to share, instead of going download, look at these other options below download. So you can, when you click on the other options below it, you have branded template, present and record. Present and record, of course, it would be recording me as I presented today. You can do a public view link. So if there's a link you want to share with people without them editing your information, you can do that. So you can embed in your website. So I think, Asia, this is what you're talking about. You can embed. Instead of downloading, you can send to a phone, you can send to a folder, or you can even create a QR code for this entire presentation.
Okay.
Does that answer your question?
And it's not going to take you to like the Canva app or anything like that. That's what I'm getting. I'm getting like a link that takes you to the Canva app.
But here's an emailing option.
Okay.
Too.
All right. I think
you would enter them here. So it looks like you want to send it without it having the Canva brand.
right. I don't want it to have the Canva brand. I just want it to be the project only, just the images. And I'm getting the link and sending I don't want to send the link. I want to just send the project, just the image.
Yeah, I try the embedded option, because if you embed it into the email, it should be the presentation and not the link.
Okay.
Yeah. Because the whole idea of embedding would be to have that same presence. Okay.
everybody on the screens when they're over there?
I would have to stop sharing here. Marie wants to take a picture of you guys. Say hi, everybody on Zoom.
So,
Good to see everybody. Okay, let's go back to the presentation.
Madam President, so on the newsletter,
Mhm.
so I want to send a newsletter out to all my tenants. I can create that on Canva. All my owners, I can create it on Canva pretty easily and send it out digitally.
Mhm. And then if you even want to do it within the program, you're in Appfolio.
Yes.
Yeah, so you could actually upload it or embed it into their system, so it's still embedded into your platform versus Canva or email.
Ria, you said the metaverse uses Roblox, BLOX, ROB.
ROB, it should be ROBLUX, Roblox.
Oh,
Roblox, sorry, ROBLOX. So that's what the younger generation is creating it, Roblox. So it's the younger generation. So it's not an area, it's not something that you would create for yourself. However, I will be having some presentations coming up on how to create your own metaverse lobby for your business. So that could be retail, that could be real estate, that could be anything where you're front facing into your business website is no longer, what you're gonna see is when you type in ARPB Realtist.org, instead of seeing a website, when you click on that, what you're gonna see in a few years is as soon as you click on it, you're in a lobby. You're in a room like this. You have seats for your presentations. You have signs that say, learn about home ownership, learn about our next, sign up for our next event. Everything is gonna be more interactive.
Say go to get one on Wova, or there's an app.
Wova? Yeah, Wova is different than that. It's more interactive. And actually you can even take the environment that you see and put on, you don't have to have the goggles, but you can actually put in the goggles if you have that version of the platform, and then you're walking into the ARPB office. Yeah. Yeah. So client presentations, I mean, these are some things that we want to look into creating and having, and I'll send out this this deck, but really it's just a reminder of what you should be creating and working in if it's not you, if it's your virtual assistant for your real estate business. Website graphics, testimonial and reviews. So if I go here to design and I want to do testimonial, I mean, you guys get the picture, right? Everything is already formatted. You just basically tell them search what it is that you need, and you have some type of template to then create.
Now, let me ask, because PowerPoint's different, and this seems a little more maneuverable, but there's a little more complex. But what PowerPoint does great, like long presentations, but I heard somebody uses this more for social media stuff, and they use PowerPoint for longer presentations, like a slideshow, or do you have a preference, or what do you?
Well, you know, we're used to slide decks with PowerPoint because of our age, you know. But more of the decks, but more decks are we're seasoned, more decks are coming out of Canva, and then you can also download and save this to a PowerPoint. There's versions of this you can save, so all is not lost.
Did you say, can you go back to testimonial for a second? Now, you're not saying that it has a this is just the template, but it doesn't show like what they're supposed to say, right?
It does, but the idea is that you put in what your client really said, though. You replace it.
Oh, you're right.
You could say, write this, and it will use
Yeah.
create, and it will.
We'll do that at the end, Marie.
Okay.
We'll do that as a little bonus at the end, okay? So branded signage, so if you want your 24 by 24 sign and you want it to look like your own, that's again, you can brand the sign, your own sign, your own design. And with the sizes, you can change it to the sizing that the production company, Fast Signs, or whoever you uses needs. Print, where's my charger? Hold on.
You can plug in right on the side. 11:30, we have a little, we can go over.
Yeah, I'm almost done.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go.
Okay, print advertise, so I mentioned Hyzine already, which was the flip book. Video thumbnails, so this is always a fun one. So let's just say that you're doing a YouTube video and you wanted to, you want to spice up the cover page, right? So that's what they call thumbnails. It's basically not just having the picture of you, but you can actually embed on YouTube a thumbnail, which is like, think of it as a cover page of your video. So maybe I have a presenter. Let me just go to my coffee and conversation. Oh yeah. So here's my coffee and conversation. So if I have the video, instead of just having me on a video doing something goofy that YouTube caught me doing in the middle of the video and they were like, that's your cover. Instead, you can create this thumbnail. So I had a conversation with Deshelle Smith, a general contractor. So then I created this little phone as an element, dragged her picture in here, put my picture in here. Oh, let me show you how to remove the background. So if I, let's see.
You're not sharing your screen.
Sorry, guys, I can't see, my eyes are bad. Okay, let's see, go to a photo. Okay, let me use somebody from CAREB. Okay, Eric.
Yeah.
Here we go. So we're gonna drag Eric over here into my, let's just say we're meeting with Eric, and let's say that he's up here in the corner. And the reason why his picture keeps going to my background, because my background is considered an element. It wasn't just a stagnant picture, it's an element. So anything I drag will pop into that unless it's a standard picture. So let's say I want to remove the brick, right? So I
Ria,
have
we're
this
not
picture.
seeing your screen.
Oh, you're not seeing the screen? Okay, hold on.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so we started for the Zoom folks, we started with a thumbnail for our YouTube video so that we won't just have a still picture of the interview as the cover. So I'm gonna use this as my YouTube cover page, download it and upload it to YouTube. But I wanted to show you really quick how I created this image of me with the background removed by using Eric. I click on Eric's picture, I go to edit image, and then right here it says BG remover, which is background remover. I click on that button, and then there goes Eric with no background, okay? And then from there, see the words are in front of him. We go to position. I can go forward and bring him to the front. If you want to have variation, you can do transparency. And if people like to layer pictures on top of pictures, they use transparency to kind of make it a little more appealing with the various different pictures. And then we could do animation. You can come in different ways. Okay.
So we have the same system.
So Ria, even though you know how to do all of this, you still hire somebody because technically time is money.
Correct. I have a virtual assistant. He's open for business. He works for CAREB now and some of the local boards across the state. His name is Dan. I've been working with him for a couple of years. He's in the Philippines. He charges, I think around right now, he charges about $15 an hour, I believe. But he's well-versed in real estate. He understands the Realtist and the Realtist mission. Like I love him. Yes, yes, and he's trained by me, so he already knows. But yeah, so infographics. So infographics, a lot of people don't use the infographics that, if you are a CAR member, because we are in their building, they have infographics that they have that you can share on your media. But if you want to brand it to yourself, I like to take the market data from, like, let's say the city of Berkeley. There was the average sales was 1.4 million. There were 45 houses closed. Those are all considered stats or infographics. And so you can create through here again, a design or infographic to communicate that in your own look and feel through infographics. So there's some templates here. So you could just take the data that you're sent out every month and then transfer it into your own look and feel instead of using their brand if you want to create it in your own brand, and then, you know, cite where you got the information from.
Anybody think about copyright, you spend all the time, you write, let's say you write an article, and you're also branding something that you want is special. Does anybody think that it's copyright, and that's just a copy, like, let's say you put in your own picture.
Well, that's a big issue in this day and time, because we're actually using people's faces, images, voices. So yeah, it's gonna be an issue coming up. Postcards. So of course, we have various different companies, Corefact that does postcards, door hangers, all that, and they have a lot of good styles and graphics, but if you wanted to do it in here, you could. Another thing is let's see, lead magnets. So you can do checklists, guides in here that you can use on your social media, and then you could put links. So you can actually have, you know, your QR code or even a internet link that you can add, you know, where it says download this for more content. Event promotions. So, you know, with the ARPB Gala, we can use Canva. One thing that I have to say is when it comes to events, I actually like Poster My Wall better. So Canva has event platform, but Poster My Wall just says, this is the place to be. This is the thing to go to. So it's postermywall.com. Their flyers for events tend to be a little more interactive, give a little more pizzazz. That's just my preference for events over Canva.
Does your guy do those too?
He does everything. Okay, so again, we did the QR code, but don't forget to create your QR code and put it on all your information. Let's see if there are any questions in the chat. Oh, we're not seeing your screen, but I hope you're seeing it now. Oh, before I end, let's just go to ChatGPT right quick. Okay.
Ria, is Poster My Wall free?
To a certain extent.
Okay.
I've been paying for this stuff for so long. I was like, I pay. No.
You like, I got it on.
Sure. Oh my God, he's gonna love that. Yes.
Simply ChatGPT's website,
Mhm.
Ria.
Mhm.
I have been just going to the old work, Microsoft owns now, Bing.com. That has Microsoft's version of their ChatGPT.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's free. So
Yeah, that's one thing I don't pay for yet. I don't pay for ChatGPT. I get what I need. So we talked about posting, we talked about newsletters. So let's ask ChatGPT. As create a 52-week plan that includes social posts and newsletter topics for real estate agents. Bam. Okay. And here we go. We are generating all of our information for 2025.
I know.
Ridiculous.
It makes the best anything.
Mhm.
But the more specific you give it, the more it includes those specific since you have.
That is like, that's so funny.
So, yeah, and then I talked, and did you guys ever see that movie where the guy created a relationship with a AI person? It was a movie a couple years ago, and he had a whole relationship with AI, right? And it was the craziest movie, but I could really see it happening because we're preparing for taxes if you did an extension, right? So I got mad. I was talking to my CPA. So my last chat says, how do you minimize your tax strategies, right? And so then it just gave me a whole list of ways to minimize my taxes, just because I just want to see, okay, who should I be talking to? Where should I be going for information? And it did a whole breakdown.
You ask me how to get into instead of having not wait on hold for an hour and it's.
Right.
That's 2 + 8 + 6.
Are there any questions? Okay, Sylvia agreed. She said, I agree. I like poster my wall too. She said, I pay $9.95 a month. There you go.
Oh my God, there's one for it.
Okay. I want to do a newsletter using Heising like you do for CAREB, but I need you to help me with getting the video, audio onto it. Yes, so Dan's information. Because now that buyers pay their buyer agents, all my consultations are a minimum of $250 an hour with a 2-hour minimum. Correct. We'll see how it goes. Oh, I know how you get in touch with Dan. CAREBevents@gmail.com. So that's his email for our state. So if you email CAREB events, CAREB events@gmail.com and say, hey, Dan. I got a referral from Ria. So he's asking too. He said, do you ever think that one day I might be able to do a presentation for the CAREB members? Okay, Dan, you're doing a lot now. That's the whole state, but yeah, no, I'm pretty sure he can grow a team too. It's our email. So CAREBevents@gmail.com. That's his email. And then from there, he'll give you his personal email and then you can talk to him offline, off the CAREB.
Copy well, I've been using it for like the last 15 years. They're really good.
Yeah, they've been really good.
And they deliver to.
Probably because they're near UC Berkeley and they have to service the school so much that they have great. Oh, they did? Oh, yeah, they closed the San Francisco office.
But they come over there all the time.
So I would like to thank you guys all for your time. And if we're sharing listings, I would like to share my tenants in common listing. It's a 3-bedroom, 3-bath in Berkeley, 2804 Acton Street, listed at 1.589 million. And it is an ADU in the back. So it's a tenants in common with a house in the front that you're purchasing. The ADU is in the back, but there is an option to buy both units with the tenant in place, which would be the owner. In the ADU. It's new construction built in 2024.
So the owner wants to stay.
Correct.
What's it
So-
for?
It's 2804 Acton Street, 1.589, 3-bedroom, 3-bath, new construction in Berkeley.
So that was a great time. First of all, we want to give
Yeah.
Madam President.
Do you want to stand over here Eric, so the Zoom people can see you?
Well, I'm technically done, but we need to, that was an outstanding presentation. That's the kind of thing, I just had a meeting the other day where I said that, I don't know, not really, because I had a meeting the other day where, I'm an 80-20 rule guy. So I believe 20% of the people do 80% of the work, 20% of the people make 80% of the money. So I love, we had a lot of people actually here today.
Yeah, that was
If
great.
you get some valuable information out, most people won't do it. Harry knows I'm kind of a negative motivator. So.
Yeah.
So hire Dan, but as we're transitioning to listings about, I made a lot of money being a part of this organization. I was calculating the other day, I'm a broker, so I pay $270 a year for membership. If I multiply 270 by 15, it comes out to like whatever, like $4,000 or something. I mean, I've made way more money from the relationships that I've had with the realtors. It's not even close. So I'm not trying, and I want to get people away from, oh, if I pay my membership dues, how long does it last? So, Ramona and I are members of Rotary. If you join on December 30th and Rotary, you pay the full amount, and then on January, the next day, you pay it, and the people pay it all the time. So it's not about, we got to kind of get out of, how many chicken dinners can I get for this? So what do I get for this? Hey, be part of the organization. $270 for a broker and $180 for a member is nothing compared to what we get out of it. But, I'm not one for dragging people to do it. If you don't believe in it, don't do it. But Harry's made a ton of money. Renee's made a ton of money, just being a part of this organization. So,
And you get great camaraderie, and I found that we've had a lot of great meetings, and I think we've all become a lot closer friends.
absolutely, we're friends too.
And yeah, we work, and that makes a real difference when you have issues. Like I have a client that could be consoled. She has a lot of stuff, put it that way. So next month, I want to announce what we're doing next week and next month. Next month, I've asked her to come, and I haven't confirmed it yet, but she does, it's called Changing Places, and she does organization in your house. She doesn't quite do that person that really collects lots of stuff, but that's what we're having, hopefully talking, and then September's falling law. But next week, everybody please join on. We have landlord, housing provider and tenant rules, and it's going to be with the head of East Bay Housing Rental Association, Wayne Rowland, and Alana Connor from Freed Williams, and it's at night, 5:30. So 5:30 to 7, and we have questions we crafted, and that you can all Zoom, so you can do that. That's great. And then, so we have that next week, and then the next month. Oh, yeah, any.
So if you have listings, raise your hand or wire me. I want to get you on the mic, and we'll go for it. Here we go.
I don't think I need that. I have a real, coming soon in Oakland. I'm deciding what to do as far as staging it. The owner has to leave. She has good equity. She's a personal friend. So it's gonna be real flexible, on the pricing and all that stuff. It's 1955 Chardonnay Court in Oakland. It's a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath. Needs updating, but great neighborhood for schools and all that. A lot of the stuff is gonna be very flexible, so, realtors be ready.
How much?
I wanna say here, the comps look around 600. But it needs some updating, needs some work. She's got some money, sorry.
What was it?
Oakland. In Oakland. It's right off of Infographics.
Anybody else? Let's go. We gotta make some money, guys.
Let's use the mic so the Zoom folks can hear us. I have one lot, actually 6 lots. One lot of West Park in Martinez, it's about 10,000 square feet for 75,000. I have another 2 lots just below that on Warren Avenue. It's about 14,000 square feet. And there's housing around the house in that area sell for 1.7 million. We have 2 more lots on Bethel Island that's developed. It has all the utilities from the street to the water. I think it's for both lots, and it costs you 300, but my seller would take 200. And they're buildable, and right across the levee there, they have $1 million house they're building. And then I have a lot in Crockett on First Avenue, right by the overpass, like where the bridge is at. And it's about 7,600 square feet, it's zoned for multi-units or single family. It's been an issue with the easement going from behind the house to the lot. Like you come from the street up, I come this way down, that's 65,000. Then I have an off-market 28 unit building. The seller had it on the market last year for $5.4 million. It's all going to Section 8, guaranteed income. I think we got 2 vacancies since I've been marketing the property. But I have all the operating expenses and the rent roll if someone's interested. We've been discussing, he's at about 4.8 right now. Those numbers work with a good cap rate. And then I have a.
What's it?
One is,
What's that?
2908 Bond Street, it's on Bond. If you want it, I'll give you my card and I'll send you all the information. Whether he's requesting if someone's serious, submit the offer subject to with their qualification of funds so that we won't disturb 28 tenants and get the message, because it is in Oakland. And then we have, I have another one that we're in negotiation right now, I'm just trying to think. Got one that I gotta do some work on tomorrow. This is the layout for 480 and it's sweet. Pretty much has, I'm helping the market property. I think it's on the answer, so it hits the market next week. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. I mean, it's clean. It's under 500,000, right behind Kaiser. And we're gonna have it open next Wednesday and the following Saturday.
Got pictures on that already?
Not yet. Which one? The answer?
And the lighthouse.
Leo, no, we're gonna, tomorrow I started my cleaning company, so we're gonna be out there. If you follow me on Don Dunbar, I'm gonna give a video on how to power wash without power washing the cleaning rooms. It'll be about, started at 9 o'clock tomorrow. Go to Don Dunbar Facebook with me, yellow tie, you'll see me actually with the house address and the house itself, all the way around.
How much land was in Bethel Island?
It's close to 18,000 square feet. We had an offer on it for 100 grand for all of it. My seller got mad. We counted back at 200 and the buyer walked away. But we have all the utilities at the street. I'm gonna actually be out there Friday afternoon fishing off the dock. And hopefully I'll have some kilos of coffee that I got from a friend of mine. So we give whoever comes to get a kilo of coffee. It's some good coffee. I love good coffee. It's really good. So I'll be out there like 1 o'clock, so like 4:30, 5 o'clock. If someone wants to see it, you'll see my Ronald Park in front. You can wear some boots or something, because this like, it's the Delta.
Right.
Okay.
It's not a flood zone, is it?
I don't know, it's not a flood zone, but the houses there, they have some like nice houses along, but our house, we bought it at a tax sale, so it's just a vacant lot and everything.
Okay.
And we're looking to do a deal. I got it at 300 on that one, but 200 I can make it pop.
And for any further information on it, please contact.
I know we don't even do this, that's right. Keep all my stuff to myself.
Right. This is.
Yeah.
That's what they're trying to do.
Yeah, 1870, it's a 4-unit building, 5 units burned out, but it's, 1 Section 8 tenant. That's on the market, and I also have a 2-bedroom, 2 1.5-bath townhouse coming on at 3800 Maybell, 529. My wife wants us to buy it for our son, you'll see, it's a nice place, but that's coming on, being staged right now. And I think that's it for me. Ria, you have more listings?
Huh?
You said you have some more listings?
Yeah, okay. 94th, 2551 94th Ave is coming on the market. It's a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, nice size lot. It's 57 on record, but it's nice size. Like you can, it's on a corner lot, so it almost looks like you can have a front lot and split the back lot and sell it off different, separate, but it's a 2-1, it's coming on at 549,900. It's just being,
And where was that? 2-1 where?
2551 94th Ave, 549,900.
Oh, wait. I have that same land that changed zoning for anybody that wants to live in San Andreas on 62 acres. You can put 5 ranchettes, and then I have a lease listing that's coming up in Montclair, and I have one that's coming up for like an auto place that's down in San Jose. So he's leasing that out, and he's cleaned it all out and he's buying it from his sister. So that'll be available for anybody that has an auto mechanic. It's like, it could be an auto mechanic, but it was a spray place. So it's a nice warehouse space. And the one that's gonna be up on the hill is like a artsy craftsy, if somebody wants to lease a piece of great piece that has a little business like that. And then I have but the one that has the lots of things. Condo is in Rossmore, and it said she just bought it, but she wants something different. And then there's another one in downtown Oakland that's a client of Dennis's, and she also has not nearly as many things, but she just, so I don't know, if somebody brought them something, I think it would motivate them. They're both like, they need motivation.
What are the properties?
One is in Oakland, downtown Oakland, and it's a nice condo with a very large complex. And so Dennis went in and they have all electric plugins for all their cars. The car's all gated underneath, so it's really nice.
That's a condo in Oakland
And then a condo in Ross.
and a condo in Boston. Thank you, Frank. Any other listings? In the room?
We did announcement.
I don't buy it,
Okay, we are gonna, let's check real quickly here on Zoom. Do we have anybody on Zoom that would like to, share any new listings you may have? You can put it in the chat if you would.
Lift the mic up to their speaker. They have one. Nobody?
Do we have anybody with listings on the chat? Excuse me, on the Zoom. Eloise?
Yeah, I have one, 2601 Barlett.
Yeah.
Came on today. It's 5+ bedrooms. Some of it has been remodeled, is on the market for 1.2.
So that was 2601
Barlett.
Barlett or Marlett? Can you put it in the chat, Eloise?
Sure.
I just wanted to make sure I didn't.
Yeah, no, that's what we do. Yeah, that's what we do. But the problem is, we will never, 9 times out of 10, their share cost is so large, our, whatever we clear, never clears their total share of cost. Unless they.
Is it in the chat?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she put it in the chat.
I need my glasses, so just see.
She put it in the chat. 2601 Bartlett Street. I think everybody can see it. It's in the chat.
Everyone see
1.2 million. Hi, Amber. Thank you for joining us. We have a non-real estate professional online. Thanks for joining.
Thank you for joining online. That was great to go.
Thanks everyone for attending today. And hopefully you got something out of it. We are going to quickly hit buyer needs. So again, if anybody on Zoom has a buyer need, please put it into the chat. Meanwhile, we'll canvass the room in person.
Hi, this is Chauncey. I do have a buyer, preferably a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. She can probably do a max of 550. So yes, that's a prayer and a miracle. But if you have something on the outskirts, Alameda, works Contra Costa County, she will go out Pittsburgh, Antioch, maybe Rio Vista, somewhere kind of that way. Anything happens.
Hey, sounds like a buyer who's going to drive to qualify. Any other buyer needs? One second, we got State President Ria.
I have some business owners looking for mixed-use property. I have a daycare in Berkeley. They're looking for a space in Berkeley or the outside area. You know, something commercial because they want to expand their daycare to commercial. And then I have a fitness center and an event center. So all of them are pretty much looking for anywhere probably from 8,000 to 10,000 square feet of space. So I'm just basically driving up and down the blocks pretty much.
So 3
where do they want?
The daycare is in Berkeley or something close to Berkeley. And then the fitness center and the fitness center is East Oakland, anywhere in Oakland really. They're not scared of any area. They just need the space to have a fitness center. And then they are approved up to 1.2 million. But they have the renovation, so even if it's like, distressed, they have the ability to renovate. And then the event center is San Leandro.
Oh, no.
Yeah, what I'm saying about the big person. Because, yeah, I saw this flyer here. You have a buyer looking to buy 600 to 600 to 700,000 in the east, 33rd, 14th Avenue, East 23rd. 2-bedroom to 3-bedroom, 1 or 2 bath. Do you approve, Sean?
And that's Don Dunbar, who has that buyer, for anybody who needs to know. Yes, they did.
Yes, they did, Maureen.
Oh, they did. Trying to get things together.
And I'm going to close the meeting, everyone, so I just want to give everybody one last opportunity to further buyer needs.
I have something as president.
Oh, yeah, let's say President Ria Cotton.
Okay, who had president hat on right now? Let me make sure the people on Zoom see me. So as the president of CAREB, I have presented this to the board and I just want to basically put it out there to get feedback and support. So when we think about buyer agency and we think about our buyer agent commissions, I'm looking to put together a proposal to our partners at NID, which is a HUD counseling agency that was just awarded over 400,000 in grant money from the state, to encourage them to include buyer agent commissions in a grant program to provide buyer agents with their commissions and allow buyers to have proper representation by being able to hire their own buyer's agent and not be subject to the listing agent, with the affordability of having these grants. What do you guys think?
Very nice.
Okay. I just wanted to end with that.
I just have a.
I might get in trouble, but it is what it is.
People didn't get anything out of that, they're drinking. Quick announcement, we partnered with, Actual Gospel and Bishop Jackson. They're doing a street cleanup, so sometimes you have to create these alliances. Acts is the biggest church in Oakland. So, they're doing a street cleanup. It's a very busy day for me, but on Saturday at 9 o'clock, they'll be starting this, doing a cleanup at like 1 International. It's right at the border of Oakland and San Leandro. So I have another block party event later on that day, but I'm gonna be there at 9 o'clock. I'll be there for at least an hour. But he's talking about starting some development ideas in East Oakland. He's somebody who we need to be allied with. I'm talking about Bishop Bob Jackson. So if you, my wife calls it grip. I didn't know what that means. They were gripping. But you do a little gripping, do a little cleaning up. But I'm gonna be out there in the morning cleaning up. But if anybody wants to come out, we have our national convention coming up on the 29th. I can't wait. I'm leaving on the 29th of July. So that's through the 1st. So that's coming up for our organization. We also have the state conference coming up in October. So the tickets are available because national sold out. So once it sells out, we can start talking about other events. So you can't, if you go to national now, it'll be because someone gave up their ticket. But so those are some things that are on the horizon. We have our town hall meeting coming up on the 25th. That's going to be huge as far as the information that you get of July. And then we have training coming up for buyer representatives. We should announce that. Okay, we'll leave that alone. So
It's the city council person that has the call. International, is that true?
is that Treva? I think it's Treva.
She's in seven. Who's in international first?
It's not Treva. I thought it was.
At the end, Kevin Jenkins is next to her and Noel Geiger was next to her.
Yeah, that's coming this way. So it's got to be Treva.
She was at the end, out by the Coliseum.
Yeah.
So who's at San Leandro and
Okay, we're going.
okay.
We want to thank everyone for attending this morning, both in person and online.
Yes.
And thank you to our third VP, Maureen Caldwell, for keeping this meeting going for us month after month. Come over here, Maureen.
Thank you.
Appreciate her. And we appreciate our good friend Jack, who has allowed us this extended time this morning. We thank you, Jack, from Bridge Realty and
Bridge MLS.
Bridge MLS, excuse me. And we look forward to seeing all of you all at our next month's. And all future marketing breakfast meetings will be free of charge to attend, and they will all be hybrid as we did today. So please encourage others to join. If they can't make it in person, they can jump online like we did today. Thanks, everyone. Have a great, and before we shut down, we're gonna ask Ms. Reba Middleton, our chaplain, to close us out.
Praying us out, Don, all heads bowed. Don, praying us out, all heads bowed. Father God, we thank you for giving us this opportunity to come together, God, to get here safely, to share information that was powerful and very meaningful to our businesses, God. We thank you, and we're grateful for just waking up this morning, God, and being in our right mind with all of the activity of our limbs. God, bless us as we go on our way. Bless our businesses, bless our families, and give us prosperity, health, and wealth. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Thank you, everyone. You have a great day on Zoom and in person. Bye now.
Bye.
I can't find the meeting.
Oh, no problem. I know they changed the little icons now.
Now I can't log in.